in every one of his books. I mean, every one of his books is like that. All right, so let's this. I thought this. I've been reading this. This is really nice.
My jacket's
Anyway.
What was that?
Word of Truth Confession. This is really good too. God is. About halfway done. It's a good one. All right, so let's do this. Now let me tell you something. This right here is absolute nonsense.
Oh, thank goodness, because I was like, what's
It's absolute nonsense. Don't worry about that part. And I knew you guys were gonna have a hard time. Yeah, that's absolute nonsense. That entire section is an absolute just nonsense.
That was my response right there. That's the only section that I didn't do.
Yeah. He is dumb, right? That's what you wrote? Or this is dumb. Yeah, it's absolute nonsense.
Oh, I didn't put he is dumb. Yeah, I put this is dumb.
This is dumb, yeah. So let's go to page 44.
Should I still open it up?
Close it. Well, mine did. Here, these are blank. You guys could use this.
Cool.
44, 45, and then we'll just get through as many of these as we can.
I was excited to get a refill.
44, 45, 46. Mine is blank too. So we'll just go through these, and you do one. We'll just do it like that. Yeah, so close your book, please.
Oh.
Is blank? Your book?
Mine? Yeah, I didn't get to it.
Alright, so you could have your book open. Yeah, you could have your book open. Mine is blank too, so let's just go through it. What I do is, like I've told Tyler, is I just photocopy the pages and do them so that I can keep my workbook clean for future if I ever want to work. Like the few first chapters are written in, But after that, I was like, that's stupid. I want to keep this kind of clean so I can review, So Tyler doesn't want to listen, but that's why I brought it up.
I like writing it too.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm weird.
I'd throw it
just
out.
buy another one, We're all inherited.
We're
all inherited from you.
With Black's workbook, I wrote in it, and then I came back to it, and I just took a piece of paper and I put it on top of it, and I would read the sentence and put it on the piece of paper. So
it's crazy.
I can do it.
All right, so go ahead. Tell me, with these shorter ones, these are short sentences. I want you to tell me what the subject is and what the direct object is, and I want you to parse the verbs.
Okay.
So you don't have to parse the noun and adjective portions unless I ask you to. So go ahead. Do the first one. What are you writing?
You said to do the first one.
Yeah, don't write it. Just translate it.
Okay.
You need to erase that. Stop cheating.
Okay. Mathe. We're on what? Chapter 7, page 44, I guess.
Yeah.
Number 1. You mathe te pistevusin to Iesu. And that means the disciples believe Jesus.
The disciples believe Jesus?
So it says, he made the distinction between pistevo and then using is. And
why?
So, because is draws emphasis.
Attention, emphasis, takes more time. Right?
Yeah, and so it changes the meaning. So I just put believe because I think that would...
Yeah, but the idea in is there because of what?
Because of the dative case?
Because of the dative case. It is there, but I think that's a good way to kind of handle it, especially because of the next verse.
So believe in or trust in?
Either.
Okay.
Believe, trust, yeah. Or you could just do believe Jesus or trust Jesus. You could do that also. All right, do the next one, Edgar. And I want you to parse the verb for me.
You mathete pistevusin iston Iesu. Okay, so
what's the subject?
I'm gonna say it's the disciples. You mathete.
How do you know that?
Because of the fact that ton Iesu is putting what seems to be Jesus as the.
Well, how do you know that?
The what?
that it's putting Jesus as not the subject.
Because of the article tone.
What's up with the article tone?
It's in the accusative
Okay,
position.
good. So that would mean that disciples is in what?
The disciples would be then the subject.
What case is that?
That would be.
Edgar's pretty slick, right? He's like,
No. I'm thinking.
Like
I'm thinking in tears, guys.
I watched this TV show the other day, and there was this guy at a restaurant, right? And he comes over to the guys who are eating, and he says, "Sorry, there's been a disturbance in the kitchen, and your food is gonna be late." And they asked him, "Well, what kind of disturbance?" He says, "Well, we have a very large kitchen, and we were able to get things under control, and your food is going to be late." And they kind of go around here. He says, and one of the guys eating says, "You don't answer any questions, do you?" He says, "What color tie do you have on?" And the guy says, "Well, I do have a tie on, and I am certain." So anyway, that's Edgar.
Yeah.
All right. So
now
what? Okay. So now parse the verb for me.
Okay. So the verb is going to be.
This is one of the things that you guys have to, for now, right? Force yourself, even when you know, like, even when you can guess what's going on in the sentence by reading it. And the more you kind of read your Greek New Testament, the more you can do that. Like, there are parts of Hebrews that I don't know the vocabulary, but I could read it, you know, because I can kind of figure it out, you know, from one, because I know my English Bible, two, general context, and just kind of piecing things together, I can kind of figure out, oh, I know what's going on here. Or even parts of the Old Testament that are in the Septuagint that are unfamiliar to me, I could read them, right? But if you ask me, hey, parse every single word in here, I couldn't do that. So there is a sense where you do want to be reading your New Testament that way, just like read it through. We don't do that in English. Like when I'm reading a book in English, I'm like, oh, what's the main verb in this? You know, what's the main verb in this sentence? All authority for salvation is granted to Jesus in his resurrection. I'm not reading this thinking all is it's an adverb authority, and we don't do that, right? So we don't have to read our Greek New Testaments that way either. But when you're learning at first, it's important for you to do that so that you can build a habit. And you're not just glossing over stuff, because the exercises and the work that you have to do is generally grammar translation kind of work. So if I remember the paradigm for luo, right? We actually did the paradigm for pistevo, right? So if you were to run down that paradigm, where would pistevousin be? So just think about the paradigm.
So I'm thinking present, active, indicative, third person, plural.
Yep, that's it. So how would you translate if you just had the verb by itself?
Pistevo, I believe.
But in this particular form.
They
They
believe.
They believe, or they are believing. So they would be the subject, right? So the express subject in this sentence is
the disciples believe.
The disciples, they are believing, they believe. What? What do they believe?
What? I'm gonna kind of say.
All you have to do is look at the prepositional phrase.
Eis ton Jesu. And Jesus?
They believe in Jesus.
That's what.
It really is communicating the same thing as translation exercise 1, but here you have the prepositional phrase being the direct object in a sense. Right.
So Eis ton Jesun is like a chunk.
If you think about it, would they believe be a complete sentence?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a complete sentence. So there's a sense where Eis ton Jesun is telling you who they believe in. So is that a direct object, technically speaking?
Their belief?
It's a modifier.
It's a modifier, really. It's just a preposition. Really, it's a prepositional phrase. Right. So All right. Now, look at the next sentence.
Pistevusin iston Iesun iu matheite.
Same thing, right? Means the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Now, how about number 5?
Iesus u pistevi tius anthropius.
All right,
That's
so
like
now
my
parse-
favorite word.
Yeah.
Anthropius.
Parse that verb for me.
Pistevi
Mm-hmm.
is present active indicative third person singular from pistevo, and the inflected meaning is he believes.
He
I'm
believes.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He believes. He believes. Now, what is the what part of speech is that?
I don't know what it's called, but it means not. Or
You know what
like
part
it-
of speech it is because we just talked about these in this chapter. It's the first thing we talked about.
The adverbs.
It's an adverb.
Adverbs.
Okay.
It's adding to
oh
the
yeah,
verb.
yeah.
It's
Okay,
adding to the verb.
okay.
And what is this one doing?
What is what one doing?
What is it doing?
It's canceling out the.
It's negating.
Yeah, negating
Negating.
the pistevi.
Right. So who does not believe?
Jesus.
Does not believe,
In
That's
the
all.
men.
or the men. He does not believe the men, or in the men. Right. Good. Now do the next one, Edgar. Or you can skip and do number 7.
Okay.
And do the same thing. So you find the verb, find the subject, direct object. And when you find the verb, I want you to parse the verb.
Okay, so you poneriu uk akusin paravolein.
Good.
So ponerun is the evils, right?
Okay.
Or
But
the
tell-
bads or the wickeds.
Mm.
That's not proper.
So what you do is remember, when you have an adjective, right? Is this adjective a substantival adjective? Is it an attributive adjective? Is it in the predicate position? How is this adjective being used? Poneros. Well, poneros is, what does it mean?
Evil.
Evil.
Mhm.
Okay. So that's an adjective, right? So in this particular sentence, how is it functioning? When you think of the different uses, is it an attributive? What kind of adjective is it?
I want to say it's like
So
it's talking about what,
is there an adjective for it to modify? Excuse me. Oh yeah, well yeah, right. Is there a noun or another adjective or something for it to modify?
I'm thinking that it has.
Just answer that question. Is there a noun or an adjective for it to modify?
Noun or adjective, no.
No. Okay, good. Now, is there an equative verb, like an me verb in this sentence, where we could possibly say this is in the predicate position?
No.
Another indicator would be the fact that it has an article, and generally speaking, it's not going to have an article if it's in the predicate position. Okay? So it's not an attributive adjective, it's not a predicate adjective, right? We have 2 more possible uses. We have an adverbial use. Do you think this guy's modifying an adverb or the verb in this sentence?
I think it's modifying the verb.
Okay. Well, so you would translate, if it were modifying the verb, this is how you would translate it. You would say something like, they are not evil hearing the parable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's not right.
No.
Yeah.
Right? That would be rather nonsensical. So, the fact that it has an article may be indicating that this is a substantival use. It's a substantive. Right? and since it has a masculine article,
brothers.
all right, good night,
Good
sister.
night.
How would you translate?
Oh.
How would you translate it?
Yeah. I remember we read this. So it would be the evil men did not hear the parable.
Suspense.
I'm sorry, Jesse sent me a text
Yeah.
message. I just want to make sure he was okay, but yeah, he's okay. Okay, so the evil men.
Did
Right.
not hear the parable.
Or you could say did would be past tense.
Oh, the evil men did not do not hear the parable.
Do not
Yeah,
hear
'Cause
or
the president
are
had
not
been
hearing.
live- yeah. Are not here. Yep.
the parable. Okay, good. All right, and those are the kind of things that you want to consider.
Yeah, because at that point, evils don't hear. Like, that's a stupid abstract idea.
What do you mean? Well, evil men here.
Right, but I'm saying, but evil itself, that's like I smell the color 9. That doesn't make sense.
If it were an adverbial use, yes, it would.
Yeah.
It probably wouldn't make any
Alright.
sense.
If it didn't add the pronoun, if it wasn't used in a nominal in the pronominal way,
Yeah.
like you were saying.
Yeah. Now, so let's do the last sentence there, number 10.
Tain alithian o didaskalos arcui.
O didascalos acui. Okay, so verb.
Wait, what did I just read? Oh, I read 10. Okay. The verb